Hello, my name is Steven from Print-A-Kit. In this video, I'll show you everything you need to know to get started with Print-A-Kit. So what you'll need for Print-A-Kit is, so basically what it is it's a 3D printable science and engineering kit. So there's a bunch of different kits that you can print. So here they are all stacked right here. And it's more than just the files, the 3D models that you'll print on your 3D printer. You also get a bunch of learning resources that come with each kit. So it's a full educational experience. Okay, so there's a bunch of kits that you could print, but how exactly do we get these printed from the computer? So what we'll need for this is you'll need your 3D printer, you'll need a cell phone, and so we'll be downloading an app. So you need to download an app on your computer, you'll download an app on your phone, and then that's basically it. It's pretty simple actually. So let's go ahead and jump into the computer here, because first we need to download the 3D models, which are the digital representation of these objects here that we'll be creating on the printer. So first we have to download them, then we have to get them ready to be printed, and then we'll send them over Wi-Fi to your 3D printer. So I know it sounds confusing, but just go ahead and follow this video and it'll actually be, it shouldn't be too difficult. Okay, so here we are on the Print-A-Kit website. It's printakit.com, so PRINT-A-KIT, printakit.com. Okay, so if you haven't already subscribed to Print-A-Kit, just go ahead and click on, there's a bunch of ways. You can go here to Print-A-Kit subscription, or you can click Get Started down here. So basically, what you get is you get 3 to 5 unique science and engineering kits, and they're designed for all ages. So we have kits for younger people, and we have kits that are a little bit more advanced. So you can pick exactly which one you want. And you get the learning resources that come with each kit as well. So it's more than just something to print, it's a full educational experience. So go ahead and click Get Access Now, and it'll take you to the checkout page right here. And then just go through that right there. So then once you go through the checkout page and you click Pay Now, it should take you to the payment success page. It'll say, thank you for your order. Then go back to the home page and then just click on your subscription right here. So click on your subscription. All right, and here we can see our access portal. So Print-A-Kit monthly science and engineering kits for 3D printing. Just go ahead and click that. And here you can see all of the different kits that you can print, as well as the learning resources. So in this video here, we'll be printing the high gear ratio gearboxes. And this is a relatively easy one since there's not that many parts. So it's a good one to get started with here. So to download the files, click this button right here, download STL files and build plates. Okay, and then it will download the files. Okay, so now that we've downloaded the files, we'll need to download a program on your computer. And that program basically allows you to prepare the 3D models, the things that we downloaded, and that's how we'll be able to send the files to your 3D printer. So hopefully that's not too confusing there, but we'll need to download a piece of software for your computer. So go to bambulab.com. If you're using a Bambu printer, which we recommend using Bambu Lab printers. So if you're using a different printer, you'll open up whatever slicer that printer uses. So it could be Cura, it could be Prusa slicer. I know that might sound confusing, but if you have one of those printers, hopefully those printers have instructions that'll tell you how to download the slicer software. So let's go ahead and download some slicer software here. So bambulab.com, we'll go to software right here. And the software is called Bambu Studio. And here you can see there's an object that is getting ready to be printed. So so go ahead and download Bambu Studio, okay? And then once you do that, let's go ahead and move on to the next step. Okay, so I've opened up Bambu Studio here. So here you see the program on my computer here. And you'll need to create an account. And this is just for Bambu Studio. If you're using a different slicer program, the program that gets the file ready for printing, it'll be different. But in this case, we're using Bambu Studio. So go ahead and log into the same account that you used to log into your 3D printer. And to do that, let me just jump over to the 3D printer really quick and show you how to set up the printer as well. Okay, so here we have a Bambu Lab 3D printer, and I've plugged it in, and okay, you can hear I've turned it on here. So to link it to your phone app, which the phone app is called Bambu Handy. So that's the phone app, Bambu Handy, and you use that app to log into your 3D printer with a QR code. So to do that with the Bambu Handy app on your cell phone, go to here and make sure you have your Wi-Fi. So go to settings and set up the Wi-Fi and set up to your account as well. So that's all you need to do. Just go to the Wi-Fi and then go to your account and then follow the instructions on your 3D printer. Okay, so that's how you link the printer to your account, by using the Bambu Handy iPhone app. So, okay, so what have we done so far? So we've downloaded the 3D models from printakit.com. We've set up the software, or we've started setting up the software on the computer, and we've linked the 3D printer to our account. So I know this sounds like a lot of steps, but once these steps are all set up, it's actually really easy. Okay, let's jump back to the computer. Okay, so here we are back at the computer, and we've logged into the same account that we used to log in to the 3D printer. Okay, now move up here and go to Prepare right here. Okay, I already have a project open, so let me go open a new window here, since this is my Threadboards project that I'm printing right now. Threadboards is this wall organization system here, so that's another one of our products. Okay, so here I have a new window open now. So I'll go to Prepare, and you'll see it's blank right here. So what this is here is, this is basically the surface that our object will be 3D printed on in the computer. So it just represents what's called the build plate on the 3D printer. So this right here is the same as this right here. This is the surface. So it's just we'll be placing the object in the computer where we want it to be printed on this surface. Okay, now the last thing we need to do in this software right here, on your computer, is to go to this spot right here underneath the Prepare area, and you need to select your 3D printer. So right now I'll be using the Bambu Lab A1 Mini. That's the one I was showing. Here you can see a little picture right there. And also this got smaller since it's a smaller build area. Okay. All right, so what do we need to do now? We need to go ahead and open up the file that we downloaded. Okay, so here is the file that we downloaded, high gear ratios, and I've downloaded it 5 times now, but yours won't say 5. So what we have, which is really cool, is a thing called pre-sliced build plates. That means you don't really have to do any manual settings in this program here. You just load it and then print it. So I'll show you how to do that. So you open this drop down, and here, for this project, there's multiple gearboxes that you could print. And back on the Printakit website here, you can see each kit includes the learning resources as well as the build guide. So you have the build guide, shows you how to build it once it's printed. And here you can see that this kit has 4 different gearboxes that we could print. Okay, so then back over on the download, you can see that we have 4 different gearboxes that we could print. So all you have to do is double click on one of these, or right click. I'll just right click and do Open with Bambu Studio. That's the program that we're using here in the background. So Bambu Studio, it's the slicer. Okay, it popped that up. Oh, it's loading a new one. Here we go. It's loading. Boom, there it is. And I'm gonna skip that version there. So here are the files that we're going to be printing. Okay, so everything's ready to go. You don't need to do anything besides click basically 2 buttons. Oh, maybe 3 actually, because always go ahead and check up here and make sure it's set to the correct printer that you have. So Bambu Lab A1 Mini. Okay, so that looks good. Also make sure your material matches. So usually it's easiest to print with a material that's called PLA. So when you buy 3D printer material, I recommend using PLA, and you just make sure that that is set to that. Your printer should automatically detect it as well if you're using the Bambu filament. Okay, so here are the two build plates that we can print. So all you have to do to send these files here to your 3D printer over your Wi-Fi, which is linked because we're connected to the same account on the computer. And when we set up the printer, we linked it to your Wi-Fi as well. So now it's super easy to send the file. So before we do that, we need to make sure the printer is ready to print the objects here. So let's go back to the printer and make sure the printer is ready. Okay, so your 3D printer needs filament to print an object. It's this plastic material right here. It's called filament. And this is actually, it's made from corn. So it's a relatively renewable plastic. Not as, yeah, so I mean, basically it's derived from corn and cornstarch and sugar and whatnot. It's called polylactic acid is the official name of it. Okay, so on your printer here, make sure your filament is loaded. So however your printer works, there's usually an option to go to filament and you can load it or unload it like so. And then you want to make sure you push the filament all the way through this tube, all the way to the end, and you basically just follow the instructions for loading the filament. So yeah, you just make sure your build plate is clear. Make sure the build plate is clean. And the best way to clean your build plate is to use warm soapy water. So just put it under the sink. This comes off like this. You just put it under the sink and you kind of just lightly rub it with warm soapy water and then rinse it off. And then once it's clean, then you don't want to touch the surface anymore because you could add a little bit of grease from your fingers onto the build plate and it'll make the parts not stick well. Okay, so we have the filament loaded. Everything looks good on the printer. The build plate is clear. Now we can go back into the computer and then print our objects. Okay, back in the slicer, we'll do one final check here. We're set to the right printer. We're set to the correct filament material, PLA. And actually, the way you could sync it right now, so right now it's showing there's 4 different options, which is not correct. So if you go to device right here, and you should be able to see your printer. I have a lot of printers, so that's why. This one's named Robot A1. And here you can see it shows just the one filament spool, and I'm going to edit the color so it's the correct color here. It's blue, and I'll confirm. And it should update that, I hope. There it goes. So I'll go back to prepare here. Oh, also on the device page here, you could see your printer's camera. So if I press this play button here, we could see there's the printer right there. Okay, go back to prepare here. Okay, now if I click sync printer information, there we go. I'll overwrite everything. So that's the actual info that the printer knows. And now you can see these objects are the blue color and there's only one filament to choose from. Okay, so now here's the easy part, actually printing. So we've done all the setup, and now that we have the programs downloaded and the printer set up, it's super easy. So basically, you just go to slice plate, okay? So now it's sliced, and you could preview what the printer will print, like so. So basically prints it from the ground up, like this. And then you go ahead and click print plate. One more pop-up will show up. It'll ask you a few more things. Do you want to do a time lapse? Do you want to do this calibration? Sure, why not? Bed leveling, turn that on. So yeah, and we're set to the right printer. The build plate's the correct material. Tells you how long it'll take to print, 44 minutes. Okay, and all you have to do is click send. And now it'll send it wirelessly through your Wi-Fi to your 3D printer. So here we can see the printer now has the file there. And I think it's still loading. Yeah, it's still loading. So there it goes. Nice little sound. Now it's moving here. Okay, and you can see the progress here on this printer. So once again, this printer is called the Bambu Lab A1 Mini. It's a great starter 3D printer. So if you're brand new to 3D printing, this one's very affordable. and it's pretty easy to use. Okay, so this will take a while here, but basically that's all you have to do is just yeah, all those steps that we just did here. So now, you may not have seen the boxes here. How do we print the boxes? Let's go ahead and do that really quick. So depending on which kit you download, it may or may not have a pre-sliced box, but that's not an issue here. I'll show you how to do this here. So go up here to this button, and here you could add a new build plate like so. Oh, and a cool thing about this program is you could just grab the objects and move them to however you want to print them. So let's say you just want to print one gear at a time, you could just move a gear to a new build plate like so. So now if you want to print one of the boxes, just go to the STL files. That's the 3D models. All of the models just separate. You can open up this and here you can see all the models. And there should be a folder called Box and Inserts. Just go ahead and open that. And then here's the box. And then there is the insert, which is the piece that, here I can show you it. It's a piece where you place the different gearboxes. So it's all organized in the box. And then you have the box, and then the label, which has the name of the kit built into it. So all you have to do is just go ahead and I'll just select all three of these, and you drag these files into the slicer like this. And then click no when it asks you if you want. So load these files as a single object with multiple parts, just click no. Okay, so there we have that. I'll need to add some more plates, add 3 of them. And then now we could just drag the box to this spot. We could drag this to this spot. Okay, now you may notice that this one here is standing up. Go ahead and click on it, and then click this button here, and that'll lay it flat, like so. So now it's laying flat how it's supposed to be. So now all you have to do is the same thing now. If you want to print any of these, just select on the plate. It's hard to select this one here. There, select the plate. Then all you have to do is click Slice Plate. Okay, and then you could preview it by doing this slider. Okay, and then all you have to do is click on Print. And here, if you click on the, go to this drop down here, you can click on Filament, and you can see a lot of the details here. So this one will take almost 3 hours, or yeah, 3 hours and 2 minutes to print this box here. And it will estimate the costs, the amount of material, etc., etc. Okay, so now this is the complete kit right here. Just make sure that's not overlapping there. So all you have to do is just click on each one of these and print it out. And yeah, should be good to go. Now with 3D printing, see how we have 5 build plates? A lot of times it's nice to have multiple 3D printers, if possible, of course. But if you have 2 printers, it speeds up your print time literally 2x, because you could print the box and you could print the other objects at the exact same time. So that's how you could print a lot faster, just by having multiple printers. Or you could have a bigger printer, but that's a lot more expensive than having multiple more inexpensive printers. Okay, so I hope that makes sense there. I'm gonna go ahead and do just one more, this will be a summary here of the full process. Okay, here's the summary of the whole process. We've gone to printakit.com, and once you have access via signing up and subscribing, you just click on your subscription. It'll load for a second. You click into the access portal, and here you could pick between the different kits that we have available. So this is the October kits right now. And then so once you click into one of these, you could download the STL files and build plates like so, and then you can see the resources right here. Okay, so once you download the files, then you go to the slicer program, which in this case we're using the Bambu Studio Slicer. So once again, this is the slicer program, and your download folder should look something like this, where you have the pre-sliced build plates and the STL files. You could either drag the files in individually. So all the different individual files you can just drag in, or you can load up our pre-prepared slicer files here. So either way, these are a little bit more organized, so it should be a lot easier. So when you open that up, it'll look something like this. And you just click on each build plate, click slice, and then click print, and it'll send it to your 3D printer. Of course, the printer needs to be synced with your slicer as well. So with a Bambu Lab, it's really easy because when you set up your 3D printer, you use your phone app and you scan a QR code and you log into your account and you connect to your Wi-Fi. And then on the slicer program, Bambu Studio, you log into your same account there, and then everything is linked. So you just go to prepare. That's where you get to this spot here. You could add plates like so, and you can move parts around like so. And then when you're ready to print, you just click on whichever plate you want to print, like this. Click slice, and then click print. All right, that's the whole process. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. I know the process is a little bit different for each 3D printer, but once you get used to the 3D printing process, it's actually not too bad at all. So I hope you found this helpful. My name is Steven. I'm from Print-A-Kit here. And yeah, once again, let me know if you have any questions, and happy printing.